What's up? How are y'all doing? Gotta find my live stream too. There we go. Hey Nathan. How was today's GH? It was interesting. Not in a bad way. Just it kind of added more to what I wanted to talk about today in the first place. I'll wait for everyone to roll on in though. So many GHers were like live streaming like in the last half hour. I was like, damn, I can't watch them all. Albert, Sabrina, James, Kyrese, they were all on at the same time. I was like, damn. Well, I hope you all are doing well. Happy first day of spring. It snowed here. Like Alberta does. It's how she works. Oh, man. But yeah, I hope you all are doing well and enjoying your weeks so far. I hope that spring has sprung in some of your places, wherever you guys are. We had spring for a minute. It got to 15 degrees Celsius, like Saturday, Sunday, or Sunday, Monday. And now it is currently -6 and snowing, because that's what this province does in Canada. Snows on the first day of spring. And apparently we're getting like 25 centimeters over the next few days, so we call it Fool Spring over here. Hey Sandy, how you doing? Good to see ya. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to GH Envy Reacts. Not that we're reacting to any classic episodes or anything. It's just what the Wednesday stream is called. But sometimes we do. Just not today. What I wanted to talk about today was the new direction that a lot of characters are suddenly taking now that the new writers have officially taken over. We've seen a bunch of changes just in the last couple of days. You know, they got here Friday, and over the, Friday's episode, Monday's episode, Tuesday's, and today's, we've seen a few different things. What do you think? I'm trying to give these new writers a chance, but I don't want them changing our favorite characters like Crazy Heather. I don't think they're gonna change her necessarily. I just feel like they're giving her a reason or an excuse for the hook killer stuff, and I think that she'll still be Heather in the sense that she's gonna take advantage of that somehow. She's gonna try to wheel her way into Ace's life by acting more changed than she really is. Because she was a killer before this hip thing as well. Hey Sabrina. Oh man, but yeah, it's I don't think Heather's gonna be one of them that changes drastically. So yeah, I'll go into the changes, the most notable changes, at least for me, in my opinion, so far. The first, and we can kind of peg the two together, Joss and Dex. Nina kind of purposely told Jocelyn how he, as in Dex, tried to murder Cyrus. And, Dex came clean. And now she's like, I can't believe you would do such a thing. Girl, he works for Sunny. And yeah, I know, he works for my mom and Michael. But like, he even told you that his loyalties are with Sunny. He likes the man. Like, I don't... It's a weird turn for me. I didn't think she was that dumb, honestly, that she thought that he would never cross that line. Because I think the first time that she saw him, he was beating the crap out of someone, right? Like in an alley. And he didn't even particularly like Sunny much back then. So, I don't know. Okay, what are y'all saying? Hey, Kaiwan. Hey, Angel. They are giving an excuse for Heather to be on the outside. Yeah, they're giving her an excuse to be on the outside. And it's going to backfire, I feel like. I feel like they're not going to change Heather all that much, if at all. I think she's just going to take full advantage of... She has this situation that's fallen onto her lap, essentially, or into her hip, that she can use to wiggle her way out of jail. For at least the Crimes of the Hook killings. Oh, man. I want Heather gone. I like Allie Mills, though. I find her very endearing, which is not a feeling I've felt with Heather before. Come on, you said, I don't think you've been a killer. I think they are changing. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're making her... Oh, when Sunny was evil and... She was kind of a crazy person, mentally ill, not really an evil guy. I feel like that too, Kaiwan, in regards to Heather. I'm not convinced it's gonna be the same with Sunny. Especially with today's scenes with Sunny where Allie's mom, whose name I keep forgetting, remind me in the chat if you guys know. Not the actress, the character's name. But I mean, she found Sunny very intelligent and kind and whatever, and I feel like that much is not going to change. I kind of want to segue into Anna, but we'll save that for later because I'll just quickly get into Dex here. Dex, since Joss broke up with him over the fact that he tried to kill a feeble old man, Cyrus. Don't get that one either. Because I think Joss knows the kind of things that Cyrus was capable of. He literally held her best friend hostage. So I don't know. Hey, Jacarius. Where was I getting at? Dex. So yeah, he breaks up with Joss. Or no, sorry. Joss breaks up with him. He then goes to Anna to turn himself in for trying to kill Cyrus on Sunny's orders, thus almost throwing Sunny under the bus. And he's doing it for love. But interestingly enough, just the way that they ended the scenes, which were yesterday's scenes, Dex was like, if you need help bringing down Sunny, think about me. So like Dex's love for Sunny is just gone. I just, it's so bizarre. Like, I've watched for so many years and I've seen many writing changes, many regimes kind of replacing each other. I've never seen such a turn so quickly in several characters. And to that end, Anna, supposedly, after this conversation with Dex, she now has her eyes open to who Sunny is, as if she hasn't seen it her entire time in Port Charles. Like, it's not... it's wild to me. I mean, do I want to see a world where Anna brings down Sunny Corinthos? Maybe. I would like to see the cops kind of bring their names back to, like, a good level. And especially a character like Anna Devane, whose glory days involved being the hero and a good guy. Yes, with shades of gray in her past, but she fought to be a good guy and went up against some bad guys, and you knew who the good guys were and the bad guys were. There wasn't really blurred lines for at least a short time on the show. And those were the golden eras. Now I'm missing all the things you guys are saying in the chat. Let me see. Said this on another podcast. She changes history. Who changes history? Then she had the nerve to say, "Did Jason kill for Sunny?" Yeah, that I forgot about that. Angel. But when that scene came on, I laughed. I was like, she don't know what Jason does. All this time and she don't know what Jason does. Really? My God. I was mind boggled that they're writing Jocelyn to be this naive. Considering like how, you know, how they've written her to be so against Sunny because of what he does. Surely she knew what Jason did for him. What would he be his right man hand for? To do what? Like, I just don't get it. Oh man. It's kind of Heather's kind of wacky, but sort of endearing. Yeah. And that's just a credit to Allie Mills. Who knew? Yeah, hey, Jakarius. How do you feel about Alexis? We'll get into her next, actually. I think Heather and Cyrus are in on some plans together. Ace with Spencer gone is the heir to the Cassadine fortune. Oh, I suppose so. Well, I don't know. I don't see Cyrus working together with her. Like, she hates him so much. Unless that's an act, but I'd be surprised by that. Where's Jason? I missed Monday and Tuesday, but I need some Jason. He was on yesterday's episode. But he was not on today's. But he was talked about a lot. Someone showed a clip from 3 years ago where Joss said why a professional killer like Jason wouldn't unalive Franco if he knows his son would hate him to Cameron. Yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like, I mean, Elizabeth Cordy's been there, so she should know how Jocelyn's been written. Like, did like her and Patrick just like I don't know, take separate lanes and just decide to join and not check each other's work? That's why I'm so confused. Make Dex more like Jagger then. Jason be a Jagger clone. New writers are used to writing on 1 hour shows. Yeah, but Elizabeth Cordy's been on for years. Years and years and years. Anna's going to use Dex as an off-the-books operative. I think Dex will find out about Jagger. Maybe. I think they changed history a little bit, so not knowing the fact that he kills people. But sure, like, that's crazy to me. That is crazy. Hey, Nikisha. Hey, Edmund. These new writers are making me nervous. Laura is still picking up strays. Esme, Cyrus, now Heather. Oh, Lord. Yeah, Laura be too, I don't know. Laura's too nice. She gonna get played again. Alright, well. Alright. Just to finish off with Anna. Before we get into Alexis, because that's my next topic. Anna has a conversation with Jagger, and she's actually, her and Jagger are straight up getting drunk. I don't know if it's going to turn into a hookup. I hope not. But, the situation with Dex was enough to make her drink and apologize to Jagger for not seeing Sunny for who he really is. And, she talks about what clouded her mind with, and why she's been so easy with Sunny. And, Jagger had called her out on it a few episodes back. But she says she felt guilty for not being there for Robin when Stone was on his deathbed and Robin was diagnosed with HIV when it was practically a death sentence back then. But she kind of plays it off as like, I was in the wind, as if, she was like off working somewhere. Yes. Oh, Anna forgets that she spent the past 6 months running around Port Charles crying about the blood on her own hands. True. But yeah, so Anna's acting like she was off working somewhere And I don't know if it's just the writers not being aware of the All My Children stuff, but Anna literally was presumed dead and had no memory of anyone or anything in her life when Robin, like, when Robin was diagnosed with HIV and Stone was dying. Everyone thought she was dead. She didn't know who she was. So it's like, I don't know, man. That shit's making me nervous too. I'm like, the writers, are they just conveniently forgetting like all the things that we've seen in the past? I don't mind a writer's prerogative to change direction on the show and take a quick turn. Especially, I guess in reference to Sonny, I wouldn't hate if the town of Port Charles seen him as less than the ray of sunshine they praised him to be the last sort of decade. I feel like especially under Frank Valentini, everyone praises Sonny to the point where it's a bit too annoying. Like, I'll even say, even in the Guza days when it was all about the mob and stuff, like, there were still constant characters calling him out on his shit and making sure he knew that they will never forgive him for certain things that he did. Even people like Carly, when Michael got shot, like, there was no lost words between them. And of course, we always constantly had the Quartermains on Sonny's ass about everything. And also on Jason's too. So, as much as there was, them constantly being the heroes of certain situations, they got as good as they gave. But it's been very heavy-handed towards Sonny under Frank Valentini, and so. Again, I don't mind people starting to have a bit of a hate on for Sonny again. Truly. I think it's good to balance that out. Sonny just had Anna under his protection. Now she wants to turn on him. Oh, that's true. Yeah, like everything's taking like a swift turn. I think Anna was trying to get Jagger to loosen up. Oh, maybe. Yeah, I'm interested to see where this goes. I'm just worried that it's, I don't know. I just feel like this is the turn that they want to go. I think some people are speculating that maybe Maurice is getting ready to leave and they're going to bring him down and put him in jail and whatever, or kill him, whatever. I don't know. Everyone thought she was dead. Yeah, I think they don't know the kind of writing style All My Children are. Well, I mean, so I don't know the whole timeline. Like, I don't know when Finola Hughes started airing as Amnesiac Anna on All My Children. But because, like, Anna's presumed death happened on GH, I think we're to assume that ever since, she had no memory. So it's like, I don't know. I was wondering, did Robin know if Anna was alive during the Stone thing? No, she didn't. She thought she was dead. Still, like I said, that's why it was so weird to me seeing that conversation between Anna and Jagger. She was definitely presumed dead, and it wasn't until Kimberly McCullough left the show that she reunited with her on All My Children. Like, Robin was no longer on GH at that time. I think it was like the early 2000s, right? So I just don't remember how long that story of Anna being alive played out before she started reuniting with people. The only thing that I do recall is that her reunions with Robin and Mac both happened on All My Children. And then everyone else much later on. But I think that, I mean, because Robin wasn't on the show, it was just never really addressed that Anna was alive and out there somewhere. They had never addressed Robert at that point. Anna didn't even know he was alive. She just assumed that he was dead in that explosion as well. You guys are saying, I'd like Sunny's daughters to find out about Karen. Yeah, I wouldn't mind people kind of opening the kids' eyes, because they're grown adults now. Sunny's kids are grown, and they know what he does, and they of course love him because they're, his kids. However, there is a lot that they don't know about Sunny. They know what he does, they know what he is, but they don't know the darkness that really took place in Sunny's early days. Even though the little ones are too young to understand. I do want his older kids to know, because they don't know that side either. The little kids, let them have their innocence until they're at least teenagers. You know what I mean? It's kind of like how Lulu didn't find out about Luke raping Laura until she was a teenager. The same thing happened with Lucky. So, like, the darkest parts of their parents' lives, they at least kind of had their own personalities and thoughts and could kind of grasp certain things. They need to be at least that age before they start having those conversations. And they're still too little. Nikisha, you think it's Maurice's exit story? It could be. I don't know. He hasn't said anything, and I feel like Mo would be open about it, and he hasn't said anything. So who knows? Do you think the new writers are undoing the worshipping of Sunny? I don't know, but I hope so. It's just that with Blaze's mom and Sunny's conversation, that's just another one that sees him as a good man, but I guess she doesn't really know who he is either. She doesn't know he's a mobster. So she might feel differently. Who knows? That could take a turn too. But I wouldn't mind. I need to balance the scales of the Sunny worship for sure. I don't dislike the character of Sunny. I'm not in love with the character of Sunny. People adore him. I don't. I adore Maurice, and I adore Steve Burton, but sometimes the mob stuff just drives me nuts, and especially when they're worshipped as heroes, it's like, leaves a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth, honestly. I don't understand what, Angel, you're saying. I don't understand why that convo with Dex made Anna see Sunny in a new light. Yeah, this was nothing new. That's what's so strange to me. Most of Sunny's kids are grown. Avery and Donna are still small. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All the older kids, they can find out the other stuff now, but leave Avery and Donna as still innocent. Come on, Nina doesn't know. Carly don't know what happened. Someone's got to be like the Edward of the town. Yeah, Edward was really the Sunny hater. They try it, I feel like they try it with Scott Baldwin when he has the right to, but Scott's on so very little that it's hard to affect anything. And also, no one in Port Charles takes Scott Baldwin seriously, so it doesn't have the same effect. But you're right, they do need that. And Monica was kind of the Jason hater, especially after Emily died, for the longest time. But Monica's always hated Sunny too, until recently. But mind you, she's not really on anymore. I don't see this as Maurice's exit story. Mo would officially tell us. Yeah, that's what I feel like too. I think because that Pikeman was all Sunny's fault, bringing Pikeman to her door. Yeah. Well, I mean, technically it's Valentine's, isn't it? Valentine brought Pikeman to Sunny's door. Oh, man. Just Scott and Lucy are just comic relief. Yeah. They could be more than that, but it's too many years gone by, you know? I wish Nina would give up on Sunny, want revenge, and publish what he did to Karen in the paper. Dang. I mean, on a serious note, or not a serious note, on a note about Nina, the scenes that she had with Valentine today, when they kind of talked about, well, that he misses the old her, the Nina who was, you know, she made mistakes, but she persevered and she's a survivor and all this. Like, it's kind of true. I mean, I was never a Nina fan, but she did rebuild her life on her own. Yes, she had help on the way. But I really do think that her obsession with Sunny did ruin her. She's obsessed with him. She's got this obsession with Sunny and Willow, and she's done all these desperate things to try to be in their good graces. Now she's completely given up on Willow, and she's focused in on Sunny and only Sunny. Like, it's like she's forgotten she even had a daughter in the first place. But yeah, to that end, I can't believe I'm saying it, but Valentine's right. She needs to let go of Sunny and just move on. Move on. And I think I only really watched a bit of Sabrina's stream earlier. Because like I said, if you guys weren't here at the beginning, all the GH people were live streaming like an hour before I started, so I couldn't even watch all of them. But I caught Sabrina even saying, like, Sunny has never gone to a woman that has begged for him to be in her life. And it's true. Any woman that's desperate for Sunny, he just goes away from. He knows that he could have them if he wants them in his own way. And in the past, we've seen Sunny kind of use these women that were desperate for him for things like sex and whatever, and to lick his wounds when he was feeling sour and this and that. But that, you know, and then they realized that essentially Sunny doesn't really give a damn about them. He's just, you know, he just needs them for his needs. Yeah, you're at Sabrina's live. Yeah, I kind of checked in on all of them just to see what everyone was chatting about. And that's kind of when I tuned in to Sabrina's for a bit. But yeah. Love that she's live streaming again, though. I've missed her. But yeah. Nina, like, it's not that I want Nina to win at life. I think to some extent she should continue getting lashings for what she's done to these people. But and Carly kind of said it herself, the best revenge is living her life. And if she wants to really stick it to them, then don't give Sunny another thought. Thrive in the other ways that you have. You know, she owns a hotel, she owns a newspaper, and I think Sabrina was touching on that too. But like, yeah, like this woman has like all these things going for her, and she's laser focused on Sunny and getting back into his good graces and panicking over a story about Sunny as if he even reads the newspaper to begin with. Like, it's crazy. Angel said Valentine and Nina need to get back together. I don't care if they do or not, truthfully. I mean, like, they might as well. They're not gonna get back with Sunny and Anna, but like, I just don't care. I was never a fan. For the first time I agreed with Valentine. Yeah, Sunny had to forget who he was to her lover. Oh, I forgot about that line. Oh, that was good, yeah. He literally had to forget who he was to fall in love with you. And if that didn't say it all, then truthfully, I'm glad Valentine just like pointed out the ridiculousness of their love story to begin with. Oh, man. Do you think they should make Jagger Willow's father? No. 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 I mean, Silas is, right? Silas is her father. That'd be weird. Unless you're referring to, like, the adoptive father that kind of we don't really know what happened to. Or maybe they touched on it, but it was iffy at best. Because don't forget, like, if Jagger is Willow's father, that means that he'd have to be Nell's father because they're twin sisters. And that won't make any sense because she was only in a relationship with Silas and then ended up in a coma for 20 years. Christina? Oh, are we talking about Christina? We can. I feel like, I mean, if in terms of the topic of this live stream, they haven't really changed her all that much yet. I haven't noticed anything anyway. But here's my hope for Christina. I don't want them to go the route of Christina being obsessed with this baby and wanting to raise it on her own and screwing over her sister. Like, no, I feel like most of us didn't want this story for Molly and Christina in the first place. I think we all saw it coming, but, you know, more than anything, like, they constantly make Christina fail at life, and I just want her to win for once, you know? Just to exceed people's expectations. Everyone kind of is always on edge that she's doomed to fail or mess things up. And see her as the screw up who will inevitably fall. People are talking her up a bit more these days. But I think they just, at least the last writing team, they were setting her up to want to keep this baby for herself. I hope that she just has the baby, ends up being the auntie, doesn't have any feelings about it one way or the other. I do think Christina, whether they go that route with her or not, it's always going to be a little bit crazy over her niece, especially because she did give birth to her. But I just don't want her to. I don't want like things to explode with Christina and Molly over this, and she's trying to gain custody of the mother. It's all the stuff that Alexis talked about. I really don't want that for Christina. Let the woman be bitches again. Oh my god. You know what I want? I want GH to start dressing their characters to the nines again. Their fashion on like even like 2000s GH was bomb. Alright. That'd be too messy, Kaiwan. Christina should be showing by now. They're gonna have it be a realistic pregnancy, I guess. And sometimes she'd already be like full baby bump. But who knows? What happened to her group home she was working on? Apparently she's still working on it. They talked about it. I think even today they talked about it. Or not today, but recently they talked about it. She was kind of talking about how like launch day was like coming up fast, and yeah, so I don't know. Something's happening. But all of it's been happening off screen, so I don't know if we'll ever actually see it. Hard to say. Oh, I wanted to focus on the chat with Natalia, Christina, and Sunny. Oh, okay, well, first of all, thank you for letting me know the name, because I could not, for the life of me, remember Blaze's mom's name. Natalia. Put it in my brain. Interesting conversation. I kind of said this on Sunday. I get the vibe that Blaze's mom is not as homophobic as like Blaze makes her out to be. Maybe the family was. I feel like Natalia is probably a little bit different. And she has a lot of guilt for what happened with Link under her watch, because she focused more on the books instead of her daughter. And that's exactly kind of what I thought was the issue with Natalia. That she was clearly a mom that wasn't really focused on her daughter's personal life and just let her do her thing and just focused on the money and, just kind of let her be. Which, hurt their relationship. But I think, in her mom's mind, there was nothing wrong with letting her live her life, but she just, unfortunately, the result is she doesn't know anything about her daughter, including that her daughter's, gay. And, she hid this whole thing. Christina and Blaze, yes, they're a pretty new relationship, but based on what we've known about Blaze and what she's said, she's known she was gay for a long time. And she's just not told her family because of what happened to her uncle, and they're super religious and all these other things. They just need to have the conversation. And the scenes today kind of solidified that for me. Like, Blaze's mom is not like a lost cause that's not going to love her daughter less because she's gay. I think she genuinely wants to understand her daughter. So, I don't know. Blaze just needs to take it easy, breathe, let her have a conversation, don't blow up, just ease into it and give her the benefit of the doubt. Because the way she found out was, not great, but I don't know, just give her a moment, have a conversation, just talk to each other. That's how I feel. And everything that Sonny said in regards to how he handled Christina and what Christina was like when she was a teenager and what she should do with her daughter, he made all great points. And Sonny and Christina have come a long way since the days when Christina was a teenager. And to that end, a lot of what he said was accurate to what we've seen on screen. He knew that the more that he tried to control her, the less control he had over her. And it backfired in a lot of ways. Especially all the stuff with Johnny Zakar, if you guys remember. She was pretending to date him just to piss Sonny off, And it angered him so much that he nearly blew Johnny and Christina up in a car bomb. So they took some time and they got to a good place in their relationship. So feel bad for the actress playing Christina. She said she came to GH for the endometriosis story, but it's really more about more of a surrogacy story. Yeah, true. Sorry, Kaiwan, I'm not understanding what you're saying there. Molly got on my nerves today, wanting to Alexis about her getting her law license back. Leave your mother alone. It's interesting that she feels like her mom's still so fragile to her sobriety. I mean, not that I have any understanding of alcoholism and things like that, but Alexis has gone through some shit since the last time she fell off the wagon, and she's handled it pretty well. I think she's in a much better place than she was a few years ago, and I don't think that if she weren't to get her law license back, I don't think it would necessarily drive her to drink. She might think about it, but I think she's strong enough at this point to handle it. Like, I feel like it would take something much worse than, like, the bad news that she already knows she's more likely to get in this situation. She knows that the odds are against her to get her law license back already. Like, you know, it's not like she's like thinking this is it. I'm going to get my job back. Like, she's just like, we're gonna try this, and I hope it works because I miss it. And if not, it is what it is. That's how I feel. Like, I feel like Alexis is handling it, and Molly just doesn't believe that her mom is capable of handling that. But let's be real. I feel like she's gonna get her law license back. Christina's going to want to keep this baby. I hope not, but you're probably right. I just want Christina to, like, just be a good person and not be messy and destroy her sister's lives. While Molly has endometriosis to point, she can't deliver, but Kate Manzi is harvesting her eggs because she has endometriosis, I guess. I remember Christina the Mob Princess. Oh my god. I don't... Listen. That recast of Christina was awful. I don't mind this one. The other one, When somebody has alcoholism in their family, they might split 34 times or maybe even 4 or 5 times in their lifetime, and kids will see it, all that. Because Alexis was a bad journalist. She only gave good things to her own friends and none to all people. I wanted a scene where Allie did acknowledge that she injected Dante when she was drinking. Oh, I forgot about that. Or was it? Wait, did she stab him or did she inject him? I can't remember now. Assume that never happened now. Yeah, she fell pretty hard back then. Would love to see Alexis and Diane working together. That would be the dynamic duo. I love Nancy and Carolyn play so damn well off of each other. I enjoy them every time they're on screen together. They honestly, they play besties so well. But yeah, I just feel like we never really seen them really go head to head as lawyers that much. They make it seem like we did, but we didn't see it that often. We mostly seen Diane in court, representing people that Alexis used to represent, and some random lawyer on the other side. So the whatever DA of the moment was going after Sonny. It's all good. I figured out what you were saying eventually. She may have stabbed him. I remember she grabbed something off a medical. Yeah, I remember she grabbed something and did that notion. I just can't remember what it was. But yeah, it was like, I've never been a huge fan of the Alexis alcoholism story. It's sad that her relationship with Julian drove her to drink. Not surprising, but it's just, to see Alexis fall so hard was just like, I don't know. I hated it. But it is a part of her life now, and it is a storyline that they can't just drop completely, because it had repercussions over and over again. And it wasn't like a brief moment in time. It was like sporadic throughout several years. Who's Ralphie? How many times Alexis got disbarred? Just once. She only got disbarred once. She should still be a drunk because of what she did. To who? To Keith? Who's Keith? But yeah, I think Alexis only got disbarred once. I don't even think she got disbarred back when she killed Luis Alcazar. Or maybe she did. I don't know. I don't think so. Alexis is a cancer survivor too. Yeah, she's survived many things. Nathan, we just finished talking about Natalia and Sunny. Actually, we were talking about it for quite some time. Just to sum it up, good conversation, and Sunny made some good points, and I don't think that Natalia is as homophobic as Blaze seems to think she is, or I think that she's open to accepting that. Maybe the rest of the family isn't. That could be like a different thing. I think parents, while they could potentially love their children no matter who they are also going to have to kind of battle with the fact that other relatives may not. And then there's going to be some weird lines to take. Now, do I necessarily want to see all of Blaze's family come on screen and have this scenario play out? Not really. But I just feel like it's something that Natalia will have to deal with, even off screen, and kind of fight the demons there and decide what she's going to do. She might take some wrong turns. Maybe she'll try to hide the fact that Blaze is gay to her family, while appearing to be, open and loving towards the rest. But again, it comes down to they need to have a conversation and lay it all out there, what's going to happen from here on out between the two of them. Do you think they were chem testing Sunny and Natalia? I mean, yeah, probably. She's a well-liked actress from other soaps. And, Sunny needs to get away from Nina. And I don't think they want to go down the Sunny and Ava route. I feel like the new writers don't want to go down the Sunny and Ava route. That seemed like a Chris and Dan thing. Wasn't Alexis eating pot cookies? I think she actually smoked the pot, did she not? I don't think it was pot cookies. I think she actually smoked the pot. Yeah, she wasn't doing edibles. She was just smoking it straight up. Because I remember, I think Rick came in not long after Spinelli had given her weed. And she was like panicking and spraying the room and, all these things. It was funny. Those scenes were funny. New woman for Sunny. That could bring some complications to Blaze and Christina's relationship. They chem test Brooklyn and Jagger. I don't think so. Oh no. feel like most of the pairings we've had on this show since the couples shakeup hasn't been all that great outside of Sprina and Vanna. Time to blow it all up again. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Yes, Alexis was smoking. Sunny was playing with her when she was high. I love that she was like constantly just be like, I don't feel anything, but then she'd be like, I really want potato chips. And I think she was like complimenting Spinelli on the beanie that he was wearing. Oh man, it was funny. They played those scenes so well. It's how I imagine like an older person that's never smoked pot would react to it. Like just be in denial about it. It was funny. It was funny. Oh man. I guess pot was illegal back then too. I mean, is it? I don't. There's some states where it's still illegal, right? Is New York still one of them? I don't pay too much attention over there on that front. Like it's legal across Canada, so it's not really an issue here. And even when it was illegal, no one really cared. Like straight up, cops didn't even really care that much unless they had like a bunch on them. Us old folks likes to smoke. Oh man. 2-3 years ago it became legal-ish. You can still get it from a store, but you can't really. Interesting. Yes, I'm still coughing a little bit, but I'm getting better. It's clearing up slowly but surely. That's so wild. I mean, I'm trying to remember when it got legalized here. I feel like it was 2016, 2017 when it was fully legal. Canada-wide. It's not legal in VA, but it's decriminalized. Okay. I don't think it was legal in New York at that time. I don't think so either. I feel like it wasn't during that time. Yeah, exactly. I remember that, Angel. But I think Rick didn't know that she had cancer at that point, right? And then I think that's kind of inevitably what made her confess to him what she's dealing with. All right, y'all. Trying to think if there was any points I wanted to get across with any other New Directions. Not really character-wise. I feel like that's kind of the bulk of it was, Joss, Dex, Alexis, and Anna, their characters taking a swift turn out of nowhere. Generally, I think the most jarring one is Jocelyn, in the sense that she didn't know that Jason killed for Sunny, and she was shocked that Dex was taking orders from Sunny. Like, that was weird. Alexis becoming a lawyer, I hope it happens. I truly do. Because there's journalism stuff in it, and I don't know. It was crazy. Yeah, she had that wig on. She had it on for a while. Oh, Rick knew by that time. Rick bought the wig? Oh, okay. Love the way you say sorry. I could listen to Canadians say sorry all day. Well, do we say it weird? Like, I know we say it lots. That's like the stereotypes. Canadians apologize a lot. But, yeah. We didn't talk about Jason and Danny. I mean, we can. Their characters didn't really take much of a turn. But, I mean, well, first of all, everything with Danny is new because he's aged. Willow, okay, I guess, there is something in relation to Jason where characters kind of taking a turn. Willow's clearly feeling some type of way about helping Jason. But yeah. Also, Liz and Sam, kids hang out off screen. Yeah, that's true. Won't be shocked if Joss gets pregnant, and that's when Jax reunites. Or Jax reunites. Then they tie the knot. We'll see. I mean, that would be an interesting twist for sure. Carrying the baby of a mob kingpin's lackey. Why aren't they showing us this stuff? Maybe we'll start to, though, you know? We got new writers. Let's see if they have them hang out on screen. They've now casted all the kids with older actors. So we might actually see them hang out more. And I hope that we do. You know, we needed a new teen scene. All the previous teens are kind of, you know, they're in college now and they have jobs. Well, Trina has a job. Cam's still in school but out of town, and Jocelyn's studying to become a doctor still. She might give that up now since she did that because of Dex. It's just, oh, it sounds so sincere. I don't know. Cool? I don't know what to say to that. I don't know. It's always, I find it intriguing that people find, like, the way Canadians say things so different from, like, Americans. I don't think it's all that different. It depends where you are in Canada, obviously, but, because, you know, there's, like, the Newfie accent, but you guys have, like, Southern accents that are different from, like, the rest of the states, so it's not that, like, different. I don't know. Wish we had seen Aiden and Jake talking about Jason. I wish that too. I hope that they start to show them more. I mean, obviously, again, we're still, like, yes, we've transitioned into the new writing team, but these kids kind of came at the heels of the final part of Chris and Dan's tenor. So we don't know what their game plan was with all those kids. But yeah, I'm hoping that we see the teen scene more. I hope Elizabeth and Patrick focus on families a bit more and give the kids some decent storylines. I moved here from France. What's up? What's so ugly? I watch Canadian TV to make sure to see the nice things. Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, people in California think it's funny that my Midwestern self says y'all. Even I say y'all sometimes. But I don't know. Where it comes from, who knows? Y'all is not like a thing I hear often in, like, Edmonton, and it's certainly not a thing in Montreal either. But yeah, no, it's from a Canadian's perspective to America, y'all be wilding out over there. I don't know what's going on. Y'all are a different kind of crazy in like certain states. But I don't know. Some of it bleeds over here, though. That's the reality, because we are neighbors. But yeah, it's otherworldly to me. Like, you guys are so like super like gun heavy over there, and like I've just lived my life like there's not much gun violence here. It happens, but it's nothing like over there. Like not even close to like the numbers. So that stuff like is crazy to me. And it seems like, well, it works fine here, generally speaking. But yeah, I don't know. Sure, America is a shit show. I don't mean to like, shit on your country or anything, but it's just crazy. And like, also the whole politics thing confuses me over there. Just your, like, when it comes to like voting for presidents and stuff, like, it's weird that you guys kind of like, it's like however many people vote in one state, regardless of whatever, it either means like, oh, this state is for this person, this state is for this person. Whereas here it's just like majority rules. Whoever votes for like whoever, it goes towards that, regardless of where you are in the country. People are afraid to lose their guns here. Canada has the best gay strippers. Oh my god. I mean, listen. I am not a strip club guy. There is only one time in my entire life where I went to a gay strip club. One time in Montreal, the first time I went back as an adult. And that is the only time. And I got dragged there by some complete strangers who were just like down the hall in my hotel that I was staying at the time. And it's just not for me. Like, I'm like, I don't know. Strippers don't do nothing for me. Go-go dancers, on the other hand, at like nightclubs and stuff, those are fun to watch. You can't believe we gotta choose between Biden and Trump again. It's awful. You win by the Electoral College. Yeah, but like, to me, like, from my point of view, like, it seems like if more Americans want this person versus this person, then like that should be their president. Like, that's how I see it. Kind of like, like whenever we do have elections for prime ministers, it's the majority rules. Like, it's not like, oh, well, it doesn't matter how many people voted against this person, because this amount of states, the majority of these people in this state, and this state, and this state, they wanted it, even if their state is like tiny in comparison to this state over here, don't matter. Like, that seems wild to me. Because back in the founding days of this country, the government had elected people to vote for the people they represent, because the average Joe wouldn't understand politics. Maybe not, but I feel like the world in general, because we have like information at our fingertips now. And yeah, so some of it can certainly be manipulated, but it's up to the people to really grasp it and use that knowledge to vote for it. And I feel like that's kind of the problem over there. Like, y'all's country is kind of just like, it's really just like, who can lie better, it feels like. Because they're relying on, I think they're taking, the fact they're basically kind of playing the people over there, I feel. Because, they got like, oh, it's weird that we're getting into politics, but like, just this is me as a Canadian, just my perspective. And this is vote for who you want to vote for, but when I see like a guy like Trump, like clearly lying to people and people buying into it, that shit's scary. Because to me, like, he's so obviously like a con artist, and this is something that was like in my head long before he even ran for president. Like, he was clearly just like some like fake TV personality that pretended he was rich, and like that's always just been in my head with that guy, like, is from the Apprentice days. So like, it just seems so bizarre that like there are so many people that just can't see that kind of thing and not have like a million red flags in their head. It's not gonna, I think certain states, people are very libertarian about guns. If we got rid of the Electoral College, my AP US history teacher said it would only change one election. Like, what is it? What do you mean by that, though? Being transported, the biggest thing in America? Not really. It's really disgusting how awful your choices are. Both choices are. My thing is, and this is, like, do I have a preference over Biden versus Trump? Of course I do. However, y'all need to stop, like, electing ancient people. That's the general thing of it, okay? Like, why are these guys in their 80s and y'all are like, listen, I love my grandmother, but she is so forgetful. And she's like Trump's age. So like, and Biden's even older. He seems to obviously have a much better understanding of politics, but that's just like a given. He's been a politician for like most of his life. Trump winning was a show how divided the country is and how badly people want change at any cost. Yeah, like that's like, to me, like when he did win the election, like that was scary but also not surprising. Like, because I can understand people want to change, and he is a celebrity. Generally liked as a celebrity, I think, overall. Again, I've never really liked the guy. Again, goes long before presidency. And that's because, I had friends in New York, and New Yorkers have always felt a certain type of way about him. But yeah. It's just scary how, like, they really had no competition this year. And if you know anything about competition this year, alright. Encourage people to be more American nationalist view of being a Republican. I mean, here's the thing, like, when I think about, like, even American politics, like, back in the day, because I did pay attention to it from time to time. Like, it, to me, like, regardless of who the candidates were over the years and stuff, it felt less about Republican versus Democrat, just on, like it didn't feel as so jarring as it does now. Because there'd be presidents where like, oh, I think that Republican candidate would be a better choice than this Democrat one, and vice versa over the years. So, but now it's like, I don't know. The Republican Party over there seems a little bit different. Not a little bit, a lot different. and that's terrifying. I don't know. And I do feel bad for America that it's come down to who's the lesser of two evils here. And then, and also, like, I would think it's weird, and I know, like, this is going to seem, like, super anti-Trump, but I'm just going to say this as, like, a general consensus to just any president candidate, past, present, future, 20 years from now when they're dead, whoever the candidates are. It is so crazy to me that y'all can, like, still run for president, but have so many crimes under the belt. And then there's this, like, thing, people are saying, like, let's say he gets convicted of one of the many things that he's done, or been, that there's evidence of, and he goes to jail, but he can still technically win, but being in jail, he will not have the right to vote. Like, it just seems so ass backwards over there right now. Yeah, you're right, Nikisha, you're right. Okay, see ya, Sandy, good to see ya. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, Sandy. Like, I feel like that would be a disaster, truthfully. And that's why things are so divided nowadays. Yeah, it's sad that it's come to that in American politics. I feel bad for y'all. Also, shout out you guys for being able to have like a very civil conversation about politics. Because I know there's both sides in this chat, and I think everyone's being quite cordial with each other. So props. Doesn't always end up that way. Yeah, people can vote however they want to vote. I just, like, hey, like, not that it matters from my end because I'm in Canada and I don't get a say, period. I'm just, again, an outsider looking in. Like, if there is a Republican candidate that can kind of, you know, help that country out money-wise, then cool. But right now, when you got a guy like Trump who's literally going bankrupt over like $500 million charges and things that he owes and he can't pay for, but he still tries to say he's a billionaire that has loads of money. Like, come on, like, dude. I don't know. Both parties are a shit show. Yeah. I'm just saying. Aw, thanks, Edmund. It's a good thing we are predominantly liberal talking right now. True. I mean, yeah, but I know. I think Taiwan, you're more Republican, right? I just think it's the situation with you guys right now, in terms of your politicians, is that at this point it seems less about Republican versus Democrat. It seems very much like whether it could have been Biden or anyone else versus like just keeping Trump out, like, because right now from my end it looks like even Republicans are divided amongst themselves, right? Because there's the Republicans that don't want Trump. They know he's a criminal. They know that, like, if their party's gonna have any sort of chance, they gotta find themselves a candidate that seems like they know what they're doing. Versus, like, you know, for the Democrat side, it's like Biden's the only one that people really talk about. No one really knows anyone else. Like, it's come down to Biden is the best chance that Democrats have to win against Trump. And even the people that don't like Biden all that much will vote for him because they just don't want Trump. Like, you know what I mean? To the point where even Republicans are like, we don't want him either. The only ones that kind of want him are like the ones that kind of like that he pisses off so many people, I feel. So I don't know. That's how I feel. That's just what I see. And I'm not saying that what I see is necessarily completely correct. It's just how I'm seeing things from an outsider looking in, and what I know about these guys as just who they are versus like their politics. Edmund, like your name, reminds me of Edmund Gray from All My Children. Yeah, Black Republican. Yeah. Yeah, moderate and non-international states, Republicans don't really like Trump, but most of them are voting for him anyway. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, but there seems to be a larger chunk that don't want to vote for him because he's not so much, because they can kind of see that he's not really about their politics as per, he's just at this point running to try to save his own ass from the crimes that he's been charged with. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Well, left-leaning independent. I'm scared for November. I will work in a hospital in an abortion-friendly state. Too many people. Oh yeah, that's what's scary over there too. Like, I don't know. In my perspective too, on like that front, just like the thing going on with certain abortion laws being taken away from women, like that stuff's scary. Like, I feel like, generally speaking, the way to get less people to vote for you is to start taking rights away from those people. Because, yeah, there's people that wholeheartedly are against abortion and they have every right to feel the way they feel about it, but there's probably more that are for it because they are educated on why it's necessary for certain situations. And the laws that seem to be set in place over there seem very much like they didn't think it through. They kind of like, because like now, like certain things like that, like, oh, in a case where like if they don't abort this baby, the mother will die. When situations like that are happening, and then I think there was a thing with like frozen embryos and stuff. Now people can't, like doctors are scared to even like do that because if something goes wrong with the eggs, they're like up for murder. Like, that shit's wild. That shit's scary. Like they pushed these laws through and didn't think them through. That's the scary part. My preacher father don't even understand the religious right. But yeah. I think the reality in my perspective of like the Republican side is that there's a lot of like religious people on the Republican side that want like church and state to blend and like church and politics to blend, and it shouldn't, because there are Americans that aren't religious, and it needs to kind of be I think laws need to keep that in mind. The people that create the laws and need to balance things. If they tip the scales like they have been, it's going to be one of those F around and find out situations. And I mean, from what I've seen of the mini sort of elections that you guys are having like within your states, that those kind of things are really causing Democrats to kind of like rise up within the states, including like red states. So I don't know. Like, I'm hoping for the sake of your country that like they really show, I don't know, that like if you're taking away people's rights and stuff, you're gonna pay for it in an election. It's kind of been proven time and time again with that. And if your sole focus is to just piss off the people that you disagree with, you're gonna lose. Like that's like it's like a revenge versus like just doing your best to like keep a straight line, focus on, you know, your goals, and at the very least make it seem like you're there for like the people. You know what I mean? But when you start being like, oh, I'm doing this because screw these guys over here, that's when you start losing the votes. That just seems like common sense to me. But my most terrifying thing is, like, for you guys over there is church and state need to be separate. I agree. But you want your daughter to live somewhere better than the U.S. That's a perfectly reasonable thing for sure. Where was I going with that? Sorry. My biggest fear for you guys is if Biden wins, what's to stop Trump from pretending that the election was rigged again? Like, you know what I mean? And just like selling the same lie. Like, I would hope that after what happened to the people that like believed that lie and went to the Capitol and they've all been arrested and been thrown in jail, I feel like people wouldn't be as stupid to try to do what they did the last time. But who knows? Who knows? I feel like there's people that are so far gone in that sort of like, I don't want to call it like a cult mentality, but sometimes it really seems like it, man. But like when they can be shown all of this stuff and still not even buy any of it. Like thinking back then, like in 2020 or was it 2021, whenever the January stuff happened. Like my thing was like, they went to how many courts and got turned down by even judges appointed by the former president? Like that, I don't know. I'm like, how much more do you need to see before you realize you were played? And like all these people that were like pushing that lie, they're doing jail time. Even like the people closest to him are like either in jail already or they're turning against him. Like, I don't know. The fact that there's people out there that can see all that and not even like think for a moment, you know, like that kind of stuff. That stuff's scary over there. The system's just a swinging pendulum. We go back and forth and nothing changes. Yeah, I feel like it's somewhat like that over here too, but it's also but like the thing is like I feel it's rocked back and forth left and right over here, like constantly. It's never just been like consistently one thing. Whereas I don't think, aside from Trump, like you guys haven't had like many Republican presidents in comparison to like Democratic ones. January 6th was a trip. They allowed them to get that close to the Capitol. Anyone else would have been shot on sight. Some of us don't really hate the January 6th. It's like the political prisoners and should be free, really. But do y'all like Trudeau? There was a time where I did, for sure. But he's fallen off the map, you know. But also, it's, again, like, the alternative is the conservative side, and I get kind of Trump vibes from some of them. I'm more, like, I'm not really, like, I'm not liberal, I'm not conservative, I'm more, like, I guess, well, here it's called the NDP. I'm more like that, kind of, you know. But they're not, like, popular enough of a party to sort of have a chance. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure in America there's third parties that, like, you would hope would get in. But, you know, they never will because it's really just a pissing contest between the other two parties. It's very much like that here, too. It's just not as extreme. Well, no, I think and Kaiwan, I think the reality on the situation of what happened back then was they were manipulated into thinking that the election was rigged when it wasn't, by people that were just hungry for power. And they were kind of victims of that for sure. But, like, to that end, there was a lot of stupid people filming what they were doing. And they were filming themselves breaking the law as well. So it's like, some of them kind of deserve that, because, like, common sense, man. If you're gonna do some illegal shit, don't live stream it. Don't live stream it. Don't blast your photo of you doing this thing. Like, that was the most ridiculous thing for me. It was just like, really, y'all are filming yourselves doing this, and then, like, you know, there are Republicans that are like, oh, it was a tour, and I'm like, there's footage. That was no tour. There was unedited footage, live, like happening live. Like, what? Like, I don't know. That was the craziest thing for me. I was like, holy crap. Yeah, the Republican presidents before were livable. Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the George W. Bush days. Yeah, he had his issues too, but, like, I don't know. I just don't think. Well, okay. I mean, here's the basis. Here's the bulk of the situation. No reality TV star should be a president of anything, let alone a country. And it doesn't matter what side they were on. Like, you know, if there was, like, I can't even really give an example. If like, let's just a celebrity that's very clearly left-leaning wanted to run for president, I wouldn't want them to be president either. Like, doesn't even matter. No reality star should be, you know, like, a politician. And I don't know. I think a lot of people's stance, at least during, like, the early days of, like, the Trump versus Hillary stuff, like, back in 2016, I think people's argument was that he was, like, a good businessman, that could be good for the country. I think that was kind of, like, what my friends that were kind of, like, pro him in those days were. But I'm also, like, again, I have New Yorker friends, and they, like, all of his businesses were going to shit. His university, his casino, like, all that stuff was down the drain. He had, like, filed for bankruptcy so many times. And, like, he doesn't seem like one to me. Like, you think he was because of The Apprentice on TV, but, like, if you paid attention to his, like, things outside of that, not so good of a businessman. The one thing I will give him is he clearly knew how to cheat the system, because he did it quietly. But he's put himself on such a platform that he spent so many times or so many years getting away with, like, these little loophole situations that he feels like it's his birthright to do that. But when you do it on a much bigger scale where everyone's paying attention, and you've done it for so long, and then, like, you're claiming these things on, like, social media and live television and rallies and all this stuff, like, for people to see, the lawmakers and the people that you screwed over are now taking notes. And then that's where you guys seem like today. That's where you're at today, where he's facing, like, I don't even know how many charges against him, and he's calling it a witch hunt, but it's like, no, like, there's the receipts. Here's what you said on your own thing. This is why you're in your predicament. Like, I don't know. That's just how I see it. Didn't like Bush during his reign. Yeah, I mean, he messed up things for sure. A good businessman who bankrupted businesses. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, no, I feel like the people that said that watched The Apprentice and didn't pay attention to anything else. Because, like, it was all there in the news and stuff, like, about all his failed businesses long before he was even running for president. Like, this is stuff that was just known to people that, like, paid attention. I did like watching The Apprentice as a child. I really didn't. It wasn't my thing. I think my grandmother liked to watch it. And every now and then I think I saw my mom watch it, but they both hate him, for the record. Nowadays. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy over there. Well, this has been fun. I don't know how we bounced into politics, but it was a cool conversation. I think it just stemmed from like discussion of me in Canada, and then it turned into this, but I don't know. All I can say on that front is whatever happens, good luck. I think, I don't know. It seems like more of a lose-lose situation over there. Like, if Biden wins, you're gonna have to deal with the half of the country that is ride or die for that guy no matter what, that are gonna do some crazy shit like the last time. And if Trump wins, then you're gonna have to deal with Trump. So like, I don't know. It's like, But yeah, all I say is good luck with that. I have family in America. I have family in different parts of the States, so, and friends. So I just hope like things work out over there and things don't get too ugly. I mean, in a perfect world, I feel like the dude would just pay for his crimes before the election, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think his MO seems to be delay as much as possible and use the presidency, if he wins, to get out of all of it. Or, if he loses, say that it was rigged again and hope that people will still come to bat for you. Didn't want Biden. I wanted a whole other guy to be the Democratic nominee. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think what happened with this election run is that it's not even about the politics right now. It's just about who each party thinks will win against the person that they see as bad. Republicans see Biden as bad, and they know that their best chance to win is Trump, and vice versa. Biden knows, or the people that are Democratic know that Biden is the best chance to beat Trump, because so now in a way it is kind of a popularity contest. I hope not a riot. Yeah, I hope you guys end up safe no matter what happens. But yeah, it really has become a battle for like, keeping America intact. It's no longer about who the best potential candidate is. It's just like, I think what it's come down to is like, these are the politicians that America knows. And if they bring in this nobody that nobody knows, they're likely not going to win against the guy that everybody knows. And that's where you guys are kind of in this weird impasse. It sucks for you guys. I'm so sorry. Like me, like, in terms of, I guess, Canada politics, and even just looking at you guys, like, can't y'all pick someone young with fresh ideas? Just try it. Have a 30-year-old, not these guys in their 80s. Like, it's very likely that either one of them, whoever wins, could kick the bucket before the end of their run and their next run. Like, it's like, I don't know. And even some of the people in Congress, like, they've had, like, their, like, senior moments where they're either having a stroke or like they go still, and I don't know, like that shouldn't be happening. Not to be ageist, but y'all should have a gap, an age gap where it stops, just in case, you know. I would totally vote for nobody. Oh, I know there are people that will. It's just that there's not enough people. Because here in Canada, I too have voted for nobodies. Okay? Like, but there's not enough people that maybe, and I could be wrong, but I feel like there's just people that feel like, oh, well, if I vote for this candidate that I genuinely like, that nobody really knows about, then my vote isn't really going to count, and it's going to go, and it could be a vote towards a party that I really don't like versus a party I'm kind of okay with. So then it ends up being like, again, a lesser of two evils thing. I always vote the candidate that I want. Don't care about popularity. But it is a minority sort of take on it. Not a whole lot of people are going to do that because of that way of thinking, I think. So, I don't know. Older people won't do it. You have to be at least 35 years to run for president. Yeah, older people won't vote for a nobody. A nobody is probably won't do it. Yeah. And that's the thing, and like the thing I constantly hear about U.S. politics, and again, I'm definitely no expert. I'm just basing on what I see. It seems red versus blue. I've never heard about I've heard about independent voters, and I'm like, okay, well, what? And that just means that they could vote for either or. But is there like other options out there? That's what, like, I don't know. You never hear about the other options. It's just red versus blue. All right. But anyway, we're getting off topic. I mean, we've been off topic for about 40 minutes now. But frankly, also, I'm getting kind of tired. And my voice is hanging in there. I'm not coughing that much, but I should probably rest it. Yeah, I've been practicing like every night, just at home while I can't like practice with the band, because we can only really practice like, once every couple of weeks, sometimes back to back in a row. It just depends on our the availability of our jam space. But so it's just practice at home while you can. There's a Green Party. Okay. Yeah, but nobody really talks about them. That's what I'm saying. And maybe they could be the better one. For all we know. I don't know. I know nothing about them. But what if? Change it up. Jill Stein is from the Green Party. That name I do recognize. Okay. But anyway. Yeah. I know what would bring change. It's just to try and get an entire country to give a new thing a try. Hard thing to do. Hard thing to do. And there are people that will vote the other party. And then they're going to have their friends in their ears like, well, you voted for this, so that might as well have been a vote for this. And like that's what happens in that scenario, right? So but in a situation like what you guys are dealing with right now, like it ain't the time to mess around. You gotta like, if you hate Biden, but you hate Trump more, then suck it up and vote for that guy. Otherwise, But yeah, and that's one thing that I've noticed too. Like, there seems to be a very much different take on either side. Like, I feel like Republicans are really like ride or die for Trump. Not all, obviously, but the ones that are pro-Trump are like extremely pro-Trump to the point where it's a little bit unnerving. Like, y'all have merch for your like presidents. That's weird. And then like the people that are voting for Biden, they're like, well, do we love him? No, but we hate that guy. Like, that's what it comes down to. And that's probably almost the healthier route to take. Like, if you like a guy where you can be shown all the stuff that's like proving that he is not a good person, and you can't see any of it, you can't let yourself, like, you come up with like excuses for it. Because I've seen videos where like someone accidentally thought that they were quoting Biden about something, and it ended up being a quote from Trump, and they were like shitting on Biden for it. And then like another person came in and were like, actually, hold on, it was actually Trump that said it. And they were like, oh well, okay then, never mind anything that I just said. No, that should apply to him as well. Like, that's the scary part. When like if you get to the point where like you thought the other guy was saying it and your guy said it, and you change your mind about everything you just said, that ain't a healthy route to take. The merch helps with publicity. I mean, maybe so, but like, that's not something you really see here in Canada. Like, I feel like to Canadians, generally speaking, politicians are politicians, and like, it's weird to sort of worship them in that way. Like, that's how I feel about it. No, you like, obviously when it comes to the election, there's like at most, it's like, you'll see signs like go on someone's lawn if like said politician went to visit and wanted your vote, and then they'll put that sign up there. But like, that's it. But like, you don't see bumper stickers. You don't see ball caps with like Trudeau or anyone else on it. You don't see Make Canada Great Again. Like, you don't see any of that shit like like around. The only time I've ever seen politics on people here, it's usually a Trump hat from the States, and I'm like, y'all know you're not in the States, right? Like, that shit's so weird. That's, I don't know. It is bizarre. But yeah, but like, our yard signs aren't like I feel like the ones I've seen of like Trump like also say like Make America Great Again, like whatever his slogan. But like the ones that are like here, they're kind of plain. It's just like, oh, hey, I'm rooting for this person. It's just like, but like in a very like professional looking sign that just has like their picture on the side and like, you know, the color of the party. But it's nothing like over there. Like, you don't see like bumper stickers and merch, and when it's election time, you don't see all these like signs up on the walls and this and that. I don't know. That's why like it's such a weird thing over there. And I feel like certainly it wasn't always like that in the States either, though, right? Because I think back to like the Bush days and even the Obama days, and like, I don't remember it being such a thing to have like presidential merch. Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe it's just more noticeable these days, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm still chatting about it. This has been a fun conversation. I hope you guys can, you know, take what I see from my point of view and just like know that I'm like just an outsider looking in, and this is my take on it. I just worry for y'all, and we're your neighbors, so we have to kind of deal with some of that shit when whatever happens. All right, but yeah, Thanks so much, guys. Again, keep in mind, I'm not going to be streaming Sundays for the next few weeks as I get closer to my show, which is in 22 days, which is wild. Presidential merch with Obama. Well, yeah, first black president. Yeah, that makes sense. But generally speaking, that has an Obama shirt. But that's that was also like a history in the making kind of thing. Like first black president, that's a big thing. Just like if Hillary had won, it would probably be a big thing for a woman to be a president. You know what I mean? And there's a first female vice president, big thing. But I also don't recall seeing like Vice President Kamala Harris merch. And also I don't remember seeing Hillary merch unless it was like shitting on Trump. Just like I think the thing I remember with Hillary was like I'm with her. I had bumper stickers with Bush and Al Gore. Alright. Well, not really a thing here. I think the most you see here at all is like, if you see a Canada flag on a truck, that's like weird. I bet, but what you see more in this country is like hockey merch on trucks, and hockey merch on lawns, and hockey merch in bars. Like that's our main thing. Kamala with Biden merch, Hillary merch too, all that. Dang, y'all are that politics is weird over there. But anyway, okay, we gonna stop, cause I'm tired, y'all. But yeah, have a good night. I will see you guys next Wednesday. We'll check in, share our thoughts about the show and thus, and such. After April 12th, the weekend after my show is when things will get back to normal. That's funny, Angel. Alright. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you tuned in for the GH stuff or stayed around for the politics stuff, I appreciate you. I'm sorry that we are weird. It's okay. Just, make good choices, y'all. Alright, good night, y'all. See you next Wednesday. Mwah! Next Wednesday for sure. Alright, good night. Mwah.